I'm Celia Graham and I'm playing Christine Daae in Love Never Dies. Strangely enough, when the changes went in, as soon as I'd learnt them and as soon as I'd put them into motion and put them on their feet, I'd forgotten all about the ones before. And so you get, because you're concentrating so hard on telling the current story, or whichever side of the story it is that you're playing at that moment, that you become so intense on telling that story truthfully that you forget anything that you might have done in the past. It's been challenging in several different ways. When you come on board and you learn the score and you learn the story and you start making decisions about the character, you learn it with one storyline, and then when they introduce new storylines, it's challenging because you have to try and renegotiate your way around the decisions you've already made to start with. So it's not necessarily a bad challenge, but it was exciting. There was lots more to think about. I think the variations or the difference in character that I might bring to Christine Daae is obviously my own unique decisions about her as a person, as a character, and her journey. And I played Christine Daae in Phantom of the Opera for a number of years and had made some very strong decisions about the character that she was there. I brought a lot of my own strength and my own courage and my own vulnerability through my own past experiences into playing the role. So as now I've gone into playing her as a more mature character, I've matured myself and I have more life experience that I can also bring to add on to the story that I'd already developed from the first show. But I think the element of Christine that I like the most is her strength of character. She appears in the first journey very vulnerable and very manipulated, but really at the end she comes out on top. She has real inner strength and courage in herself as a person, and I admire that very much. If in real life, if I had to pick the Phantom or Rao, I think it would have to be the Phantom, because they are soulmates. They have an understanding about music, about life, about creation, about their spirits and the essence of who they both are. There's a link there, and I think that unfortunately is what's missing with Rao. He's a lovely guy and they obviously fall in love, and he's very supportive in the first one, and he does love her deep down, but she and the Phantom have a connection that would surpass anybody else. So I think that would be the choice for me. Definitely, if I was to go back to playing Christine in the Phantom of the Opera, I think I'd probably find that quite hard, because I am older now, I have new experiences, I've matured slightly, so I think as one gets older and as one is faced with different situations and trials and the uncertainties of life, you lose some of your vulnerability and naivety, which was the real core of her character in the beginning. Acting with the Gustavs is just such a thrill. They're so lovely. They are always such lovely boys. I haven't come across one Gustav that I haven't liked. And I don't have any children. I'm not married, I don't have any children, but I do have a lot of nieces and nephews, and my friends have children, and I seem to get on with kids quite well. I seem to be quite maternal with them, so in a way I get to have my own child for a few hours. And when you're on stage, there's a real element of trust that is involved with other actors, and particularly with children, and they become very, very trusting in you, and they become very close to you, and you end up becoming very, very protective of them. So it's really sweet. It's a really sweet relationship.